My name is Gino Gianola. I'm a senior faculty member at the MEDEX Northwest Physician Assistant Program. I'm a Vietnam veteran, and I served in the Mekong Delta in Vietnam and in a little place called Chok Mokli, Turkey.
Gino's experience and interests made him a prime candidate for what was at the time a new medical profession in the States, the physician assistant. He talked with us about the journey from Army medic to senior faculty at one of the nation's leading physician assistant programs at the University of Washington.
Well, I arrived in Vietnam and came in on a flight, a Braniff Airlines is what it was called. It was a purple jet. I remember it well. So we got on the jet, stopped in Hawaii, landed in Saigon. I then went to Ban Hoa and which was a staging area, and spent 3 weeks waiting to be assigned. I was assigned to a hospital, an evac hospital, similar to a MASH hospital. And I was assigned to the intensive care unit. I was the assistant ward master. Worked mostly in the evenings and at night. My job included taking people off the helicopters, putting them in the triage unit, the emergency room, the triage unit, getting them ready for surgery, and then running around and waiting for them to have their surgery done and caring for them post-surgically. And those folks that were really ill and needed to recover a little longer, we kept them in the ICU, sometimes as long as 3 months. Many amputations, lots of chest wounds. Being there during the Tet Offensive was an was a phenomenon. The embassy had been overtaken, or under attack, and all the major headquarter units were also under attack. It was a pretty big battles all over the country, and we ended up having a number of wounded, so we kept them as long as 4 or 6 weeks. There were a number of us that saw these kids that seemed to be orphans, and they were, at the perimeter of the hospital. So we went out and talked with them, and noticed that many of them had skin diseases, skin rashes and such. So we looked and figured, and it looked like a little soap and water would help. So we found a well, but we didn't have soap. So I wrote back to my high school friends and asked for a soap. And they sent me boxes and boxes and boxes of soap. It still made me, anyway, thousands of bars of soap in which we washed these kids. And as I was getting ready to leave to go to my next assignment, which was going to be in Turkey, I saw on a bulletin board a piece of 8.5, 11 piece of paper in half, and it was what we call mimeographed, and on it was a statement that said, if you're interested in a new career, please contact Richard Smith, Dr. Richard Smith, University of Washington School of Public Health. And it gave his numbers, 543-6483, area code 206. So I copied it down, put it in my wallet, and after I served a whole year in Turkey, I then gave him a call and applied to the program for Class 2, didn't get in. Class 3, I interviewed for, didn't get in. Class 4, I got into. I eventually graduated by Class 8.
For Gino Gianola, going to work every day is much more than an everyday task. As a veteran, he is committed to leaving no one behind in the field of healthcare. He engages in national and local efforts to foster pathways for veterans into the PA profession and for all to have access to necessary care.